Hey, Lex here. So today we're going to go through the best ebook out there. It's Kansas we're doing, and it is obviously free. We're going to go through a bunch of different formations to attack different coverages. Become a member of the channel for more ebooks. Those will be for members only, obviously. So make sure and do that if you want more content coming forward for y'all behind it. So Kansas Playbook is nice because it has a lot of like motions, a lot of quarterback runs. This Deuce close is really glitchy, and we'll get into it. I think we'll just start from the start. I'm not going to go through every formation and give you plays on the field for everything, but I will talk about a lot of it. Split twins, a lot of this stuff is pretty good. Like, you can make it work. Split twins offset is really fun with some of these motions out here, and you know, options, and you getting people confused. Maybe not the most effective meta kind of stuff right there. But the thing about the truth about this game is the fact that anything will win, right? Offense is very easy in comparison to defense. You can really like make really bad reads to opening coverage, still come down with it. Running is very manageable too. So the pass rush is also bad. There's a lot of things that's tilted in favor of the offense, so it should be pretty easy. Let me go through first. This one is like a glitchy play. Let's just start first with RPO read flat wheel. Now, it depends, obviously, what you're reading and what you're going to get against. Like, say, like you go against, like, I don't know, like a lot of people like to go, a four-man front. So there are different sides of front, 4-man, 3-man front, different kind of stuff like that. But let's just start with a 3-man. Actually, let's do like a standard 4-man. Let's go like a dime. We'll try man right away. All right, so basically it's glitchy because watch green. Green, you can basically just like throw a lot, and he really gets around the edge really well. Against man, it's okay. Against zone, it's better. So also, if they like overplay that, just throw that route right there against man. Although I missed it, I've scored a lot with that route. So this play is like the base that you want to use in this because it's so good. Obviously, you can always just like let it go and hand it off. Obviously, right there, he crashed it. I should have kept it with my quarterback, that kind of stuff. But anyways, this is a great play. And then another great play is the spacing switch, especially for the goal line. Against man coverage, is not as good. But what's crazy about this is like you can still throw a lot of this stuff. Even though I threw that late, it was late, he still completed and caught it against man coverage. That's like a cover 2 man, so shaded under. So like same thing, but like defense around like the goal line will oftentimes go to like, you know, Tampa 2, this kind of stuff. So like they'll press and stuff, shade underneath. Like when I'm near the goal line, I like this quite a lot. Spacing switch. And then the play art is broken. So here's the spacing switch though. Do you see how he got open? It's just always there no matter what they have. They have to basically man up certain guys. So even though it showed the wrong play art, it still gets open. So spacing switch is an amazing move the chain play. Generally, I like to throw my running back out on a quick flat, get him out there even faster than a swing. That would be the only adjustment I make to the spacing switch. So no matter what coverage they run, 2, 3, cover 3, same thing here. I'll do cover 3 hard flats, that kind of stuff. If someone's always going to get open, just like look at this here. Circle's open, X is now open, square's open. Like they're all open eventually. Somebody's going to come open against zone coverage. Even man coverage will find a spot there. So RPO read Y flex. Now that I will say this, RPO is better against a 3 down lineman set than a 4 down lineman set. See like right here. What's nice about this is, especially against zone, it's better. But what's nice about this is that the defensive players don't react to the pass, which is why it's so glitchy, right? Like you will throw it past somebody, like, okay, so this one obviously works because, you know, he's playing the run or whatever. But like oftentimes, if there's a guy coming from the outside here on like a zone or like a blitz, they just won't react to the pass being thrown past their face. So it's very glitchy, okay? So that form, you can do a lot of things. Obviously, audibling off of it, you can run like, I think these things are better on the hash marks, a lot of this stuff. But like basically, you can still run the same old combos. So like against zone coverage, here, let's do a spot, choose, respot the ball. I like, you know, generally you're going to be on like a hash mark or closer to one side or the other. So clearing out zone coverages and stuff, say let's audible over to bench dig curl, streak, corner route, stuff like this. This is just like really good concepts. Something like this is awesome just to tack zones, right? So if they're in man right now, and you'll see a mix between man and zone out there on defense. So if they're like in zone, maybe playing hard flats, so that way that you can't just throw it fast, You'll do stuff like this. So you have a lot of different options, right? Because on the field, there is different zones for responsibility, right? There's like the deep quarters, there's the flat zone out, there's the hook zones in. So basically you want to attack when you're passing as many different of those zones as possible, so that I have to have assignments there. And you know, picking and choosing, like, right, you don't have to attack every single spot, but you want to attack a lot of the different spots. You don't want routes running near each other, because that way one guy can cover two of yours and you're doomed when that happens. So basically watching this, what gets open, drag, well, that got taken at the end though, so I went to my corner route, okay? So those kind of flood patterns are very big. One kind of concept I like, and you saw it a little bit there, is like post patterns just from anywhere, right? So, okay, maybe not, let's do it like something like this. So you see how this is? You see how it's double drags and a post pattern over top? You basically read where the user's going to go, and they can't cover the crosser and the drags at the same time, so you can eventually hit somebody. That's great. You could also, if you want to, you know, go crazier, put a slant on that tight end instead. If you're worried, now your tight end destroys man coverage, and then your crosser will beat it too. So watch this. Tight end destroyed man coverage, crosser beat it too. You go to either one of them, and you now are open. Now, I will say, depending on the speed differential between the defense and the offense, sometimes your guys do get locked up. So against man coverage, let's do that first. Maybe I should have done breaking it down by coverage before I go break it down by formation. But against man coverage, the things that work, let's go to a different formation so I can just show you things in game. What works against man coverage in this game itself? All right, it doesn't matter what form we do. We could do, like, you know, this motion stick wheel. We'll play this one. Okay, so we'll come out. We'll have cover one robber press will just be cover 4 quarters, cover 3, cover 2, and then like a man coverage, man blitz type deal. So let's come out first with cover 2 man press. So a lot of these guys are pressing you. So what are you going to do against man press? This is not bad stock. If I know it's going to be man press, though, I will generally throw like a slant or a drag here to this player. So also the motion going to the near side of the field is less than ideal, but do you see how he basically gets like a free release of the sideline here? Okay, well, they kind of got... This is why I don't like it going to the short side of the field. We'll just switch it for now. Okay, so slant. Halfback wheels are great too. My players art isn't updating, so they kind of like glitch practice this year. But you see how tight end gets a free release, and then it slants. My slants were open across the middle of the field. Anderson's just torching his guy because I think he's a star receiver. So slants are good. Otherwise, stuff like tight end corners will win. I like zig routes. So do you see how there's a zig right here? Putting that D-pad left on guys, or return routes. So down right here, that also beats man. Short cross is pretty good. Deep cross is okay, I think. Post patterns, not that great. Corner routes from like wide receivers are pretty trash. Tight ends, they're okay though, so it's a really weird thing. Speed outs I like. So like Anderson running like a speed out here. Only like slots have speed out, but like let's watch then angle routes on halfback. So let's watch who wins their route here against man coverage. So the running back won, the speed out lost, the slant eventually got open, the post pattern was locked down. Now, a lot of it also depends on how the defense is shaded. And that's why when you're playing against somebody playing man, you want some receivers, and I would mix it up every play because they can shade individuals. The ones that are really good will do that on you. Some guys breaking outwards, some guys breaking inwards, some guys going out then in, some guys going in then out. You want to mix it up so that way they can't just universally shade in or out and destroy everything, right? Do you see how my 2 outbreakers crushed, right? My tight end corner did not win because he has terrible route running, and you really need good route running to win in this game. And then my other Anderson speed out, that also lost because the guy was in trail out formation. My post pattern lost because it just wasn't a man beater, even though he should have won. But then I had a slant here, and then they intersect across the middle field, which allowed him to get open on his slant. So the halfback angle route is really glitchy. I really like halfback wheels too. So just watch the halfback wheel against man coverage if we're going to do something like this. halfback wheel. Make sure you have a, oh, wow, he did not win. I was going to say make sure you have a speed advantage, but that wheel did really poor against that man coverage, and that sometimes happens, okay? Tight end has wheels also, so make sure to do that. So watch the tight end route. Let's try a return route also, so down on the D-pad when you click on the guy's button. So it's triangle, guy's button, and then you can go ahead and put whatever you want. Let's do, I don't know, a post on this player and then like a crosser on him, a deep over they call it. So let's watch out. Let's watch who wins here. Tight end, what are you doing? Tight end, did you win? Tight end ran into the guy. Tight end got open, but the return route, perfect. Shredded them. So this is what man beating is. The inconsistency of man coverage and man routes that win. You basically just have to give yourself as many opportunities to win. Looks like my post pattern won on his beat, but my deep over did not. Okay? And sometimes the deep over and a post will win. But basically you want things that win. Like, look, this return route shredded him. So if I would have seen it earlier, you could throw it here and then, wide open sailing, depending on where their user was. But that's kind of what you're looking for when you're beating man coverage. All right. So now if you're beating cover two is like weirdly meta. So if they switch and they're trying to beat cover two, the concepts you want to beat against cover two, you want to attack outside, middle, deep. So like 4 verticals. So you're sending 4 deep against 2 guys. But the thing is about cover 2 is sometimes they'll match deep depending on the coverage. But basically, do you see how square was wide open down that sideline? Okay, so just throw it away. I'll show you the replay. So basically, you want to be looking towards that. So this was a cover 2 with cloud flats on the field. If you see this, the cloud flat did not get a jam on him for whatever reason. I don't know why they didn't jam. That was kind of strange. They generally jam. But they did. Oh, maybe because I didn't press them. Yeah, that's why I didn't actually press them. I'll show you after this how they jam. But overall, it looks like the mid-read this year turns and runs really well. But you can absolutely exploit mid-reads with post patterns and stuff with speed guys when they turn the wrong way. But overall, sideline shots, hole shots. If they're in soft squats, they will turn and run, though. So let's do the same thing. Tampa 2. Wait. Shoot, I hit the wrong button. Tampa 2, press. So now they're in cloud flats. All right, now let's do the same. All go. Let's just switch it this way here. And now watch. They get jammed. They get ran with. So, but do you see how X and square are wide open? Or they were as they were running down the field. That's how you beat cover 2. Just send verticals down the sideline in the middle. All right. But that was kind of strange that the mid-read got distracted by the option route from this player. But anyways, that's kind of it, right? This is a touchdown. This would have been a hole shot if you threw it right here. You would have gotten that completed, give it a pass lead outside. So that's always good stuff. Now, the difference is if somebody knows what they're doing, a lot of people like to run soft squats in their cover 2. So Tampa 2, press it, and then they'll change them over to soft squats. You see a left stick right. Triangle, triangle, circle, left stick right. Now they're in soft squats. This is more of like a match coverage. So the same thing all goes against soft squats. Do you see how they're turning and running? See, like square is still a touchdown, right? But that time, the soft squats turned and run. So when the soft squat turns and run, you're like, well, how do I defeat a soft squat when it turns and runs, right? Square, Tampa 2, press, and then change them over to soft squats. Soft squats will turn and run if there's no other things attacking their side of the field. So see where it all goes. But like if you go like this, something like this, then the soft squat will move over. You could oh wait, we don't have flat routes anymore. Do something like this. Now watch the soft squat. Do you see how it stopped? Do you see how it stopped and went back to the corner route? So that's how you get the soft squat to stop like matching your streak down the sideline. The issue is you do need to devote. Wow, that defensive tackle destroyed me. You do need to devote another route to distracting him. So like basically right here, the soft squats got you covered. But I just want to show you why they stop. That you need somebody else attacking their part of the field. Do you see this guy? I had my tight end on a 5-yard out, and the soft squat, once he ran to his zone, went back down. Okay, so that's how you get them to bite back down. So you can utilize that to, like, say 4 verticals, but then, like, you know, have one of the guys, like, say you're like a trips formation, gun wing trips weak, and you wanna win this. So, like, something like this against the cover 2 soft squat. Tampa 2s, switch them to soft squats. Right here. So now they're in soft squats, as you see on the outside with that stuff. Now, here we go. Now watch this. Boom, 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 boom. And circle was open on the sideline shot. R1 was a touchdown also. But it's harder to say it out loud than actually just, like, press the button and release it. You know what I mean? So right here. Do you see I talked about with the mid-read? See what I talked about him, like, getting kind of distracted by things? So he's a touchdown. He's a pass lead out touchdown. Once, you know, he gets distracted as soon as his tight end kind of gets out to the hash marks. So that's cover 2 defeation. Okay, cover 3. We're getting into match. We're getting into cover 4 in a second. Let's switch over to defeating cover 3 now. Now, there are cover 3 bombs, and then there are cover 3 concepts that just beat it. Let's throw, like, okay, so like a universal cover 3 bomb. Let me see if I can't. You can just run, like, let me see if I can find a good post. Like right here. All right. PA jet flood. If you can get a post pattern from your slot and then a distractor for the outside for cover 3. Let's go to like a cover 3, a normal cover 3. Maybe no, I don't want to cover 3. I don't want to buzz press. Let's go over cover 3. Yeah, cover 3 sky. So standard cover 3 that people will throw on you. I might need more space, but this might be enough. So let's just I can't audible. Okay, so here it is. Here's the play. Anderson should get open here over the top of the cover 3, but because it was to the short side of the field, it did not work. So we had trouble there. All right, we had trouble there. It was not effective. Let's respot the ball because this is a bomb. Respot. Let's go. Yeah, right here should be fine. I think this is about where it is. So now it also depends on what post you have, what distraction route you have. Let's try it like this. Generally, you want to distract the center fielder. But do you see how he got distracted by that corner route? Like, that corner route is fine and does a good job distracting him. It's like, you see how it's like a C route? But another good distractor is always the comeback routes. That's when, like, the Madden key for years. See how that corner route kind of distracted that deep third, then you had that bomb over the top? That's a fine distraction. Otherwise, you can bomb. Okay, I can't audible in this. That's too bad. Anderson on a comeback. R1 on a post. I am going to... Oh, okay. I am very much annoyed since it's not showing the play art anymore on the field. Very much annoyed, okay? And then post pattern to R1. And see, that would have won. I just couldn't tell how far I had also use stiff arms a lot. Stiff arms are crazy in this game. I can't tell how far I had stock skinny post are the best, but I couldn't tell how far I threw the post pattern up. So I called the audible. I did the hot route post pattern, and then I had to break too deep, but do you see how the comeback route distracted this guy? See how he came back to fight this comeback? And that's when you can throw and launch that post pattern into that succulent area, like a nice Chinese meal. So that is the ways that you bomb cover 3. Now, the concepts that beat cover 3, if we want to talk about them, concepts that beat cover 3 would be nice post patterns. So let's go to, like, say, a red zone dusty. If we're going to go 5 wide, I don't know how much you guys like 5 wide, but 5 wide, cover 3 sky. What's nice about this is you watch the user, but I like Anderson's route quite a bit. Something like this, slot streak, and then you're basically just reading circle to square. You know what I mean? Like, so right there, you obviously would have thrown circle because it was uncovered. But something like this, where like the backside post or a backside deep over, that kind of stuff with like a slot streak does really well. I actually like the drag here a little bit better than anything. Even like a double drag is fine, but yeah, this is a decent setup right here. So you got the tight end distracting to the corner, circle, square, and then the D line just went psycho mode on us. That was crazy. What is going on, chat? Let's do it like this. And then, actually, let's... It don't really matter how you set it up. It's basically drags to distract underneath, then a cross or a deep over to kind of hit it in the middle of the field. But what you always want to do is always take whatever's open, unless you have like fourth and forever. But like right here, you can throw the drags, man. Get the ball out, make them play close to the line of scrimmage. That's when you can hit these over routes. Because if your offense is just over routes over and over and trying to get this part of the field, trying to get the deep sidelines, you're not going to have a good day because they can switch stick onto it. They can intercept it. It's a lot easier for plays to be made, even though, guys catch like crazy. But so I highly suggest taking your flats, taking your drags every time you have them. So those are like cover three. Obviously, great cover three concepts, those flood concepts from like, sort of like this, right? On the right side of the field. Cover three, you're flooding the zones over there. So R1, triangle, R1's open, triangle's now open late. You really got to read that outside under defender if he's defending your corner route or your flat zone. That's what you want to hit there against cover three to take advantage of that. But I highly suggest, like, man, if they're giving it to you, just take these quick ones. Take 5 yards easy, throwing it to the flat if they're playing back on, like, purples. Otherwise, if it's, like, 3rd and 10, one thing I like about cover three is running 10-yard. So run stuff like... Here, I'll set up something like this, right? Outs and sticks, right? Outs and sticks. If you see one high, it's either man coverage or cover three. What's nice, curl routes beat man coverage 2. Out routes aren't as good against man coverage, but those are your options here if you see single high. Obviously, it could be a rotating cover 2 or whatever, so you could get trapped here. But what I'm trying to say is now you just make reads. Kind of like that one thing I showed you in Deuce Close, right? Out route. Easy. First down conversion, 3rd and 10. Don't allow them to sit in cover 3. Hit them with out routes over and over. You can do it over and over. Boom, out there. Especially guys that leave their purples on. Because purples are there to jam your 4 verticals, right? So watch his nickel defender there on the right side of the screen. Watch him jam R1. See, they get the jam there? So that way it's harder to hit these seams because those seams are like the death of cover 3. So it's a lot harder to hit those seams this year because that used to be like gold for us. So that's another cover 3 beaters hitting that seam, but that seam's really tough to get to a lot of times. A lot of cover 3s play that really well. So those are a lot of the cover 3 beaters that you can use to win in this game with the passing concept. That's just like, so those concepts apply. That's football concept. Those applies to every single form of the game. I just showed it out of this one. And then people will show you like cover 4. So I'll show you cover 3 match. So there's like instant touchdowns against cover 3 match. So here we go. They'll call cover 3 match. And then what you want to look for to beat cover 3 match is something like you see in this play right here. Shock. You see how it's got that stop route on the outside and that fade from the slot? That's a cover 3 beater. And I'll show you how it does it. So basically just watch Anderson right here. See how the outside guy gets kind of stuck up? Okay, well, we got a really bad animation there when they knocked into each other. So basically what happened was we got unlucky, okay? So if you get unlucky, right, because this guy, he's manning up on Brown, right? But usually this player, your Anderson, is able to get a step on number 3, the slot defender, because of the fade. All right, so it might just be where I am on the field right here. It might just be that. That might just happen again and again. See it right there? And then touchdown, right? You just got to make sure to have some speed on that player, on that Anderson, that slot. If that's like a slot tight end or something, you're not going to beat. You're just going to have to try and egg him at that point. But otherwise, what beats cover 3 match? The same thing that beats normal match. Stuff going across the field. Slants, drags, that kind of stuff. You see how it eventually beat? Oh, wait, hang on. I was getting sacked. I figured I got taken down, but I didn't. But you see how they eventually won? Obviously, like drags and stuff. Drags, slant, this kind of stuff. You see how this tight end wins? So that's just easy ways of beating it. Drags, slants, crossers, that kind of stuff. Any throw to match, because match is basically zone man. So if they're running match, you have that one play there. Also, yeah, so that's enough to beat cover 3 match. We'll go to cover 4 match. Cover 4 match and not being the same way. Cover 4, like say, okay, cover 4 quarters. So this is cover 4 match. Cover 4 match is, let me see if I can't find something that I like. I want to like a stock. I want a stock tight end wheel or a stock slot wheel. I know I have this playbook as I've called them. I think I called, was it out of right here, Y motion wheelies. This one should work. This isn't the one I remember calling though. Yeah. Let's do Y motion wheelies. So this outside guy against the wheel, you got to go onto like a 10-yard stop, right? Like this, you're distracting the outside guy. And then the tight end, I'm going to throw you on like a 10-yard out to distract the other guy. We'll just block the running back right here. All right, so now this should work based off, okay, it did not work. I think it's the formation. I think the tight end needs to be in line. The tight end off, yeah. I think the tight end needs to be in line. So let's switch formations. And we can do it multiple ways. Trust. Was it okay. What play was it? Here we're in the Kansas book, if you guys recall. Beating cover 4 match. Right here. PA wheel is one of them. The other one I like to use. Oh yeah, Z switch Z curl is also great for it. So switch Z curl against cover 4. All right, let's watch this. Same thing. See how he's on that stop route? So that's a little deeper than it needs to be. You can go down on that one. So the tight end, you only need to go to like 10 yards, but we'll just leave it stock right there. So watch this right here. And then we got sacks. So that didn't really work. That's kind of strange. Why is he matching all of a sudden? I am very, very much confused. I am very confused why this is getting matched so well now. Because it was not happening. When I labbed this up earlier, it did not happen this way. I swear, baby. All right. We'll go with the other one. We'll go with the other match beater. I am very I'm very surprised that it's changed. And maybe that's just, them trying to screw with me. The other one is the tight end wheel here on PA wheel. Tight end wheel. You want to do the outside curl to 10 yards. Take care of it. So that one's there. That one's there. And then slot deep cross. So let's just block the running. Wait, why is it nothing's showing now? Sorry. So, do you see how the tight end wheel, and then we got knocked down by the D-line. But do you see how the tight end wheel works? So basically this play, just put the outside guy on a stop route, and then nothing else matters. And the tight end gets open there if you can properly lead the ball over top. I bulleted it. So stop route on the outside guy. Off this tight end wheel, you call and cover 3 match, and you see how he gets open? So let's float it. And wow. What is happening? This is the worst. Get a faster. How fast is that? Like, do you see how fast he's ahead of the guy? Who's sharp? What's his speed? So obviously speed matters when you go to the top. Coaching, depth chart. Throw a fast tight end in here. This won't work with 82 speed. Yeah, no wonder. Let's put Green there. Heck, even throw a Mike linebacker at 88 speed. It's too bad we can't put a wide receiver at that spot. I wonder if we can in some sort of sub menu. But here, let's just throw this away. Let's get the 87 speed guy. So as long as it's not a guy with a trailer hitched to him, this should easily win. All right. Boom, boom, boom. And then, yeah, even though the ball was underthrown, thanks, Nuss, it's still easily completed. So that's kind of what you want to do. That's the cover 4 match beater. Otherwise, so that's like the one play, the over-the-top beater. We used to be able to run stuff like running back wheels would sometimes beat it and stuff, and that worked because it bumped into the guy. But as you see, the running back is faster, so that's awesome. But as you see, like, he wasn't really getting beat over the top very well. The guy matches a lot better with speed and verticality this year. But if you're just faster, you're just faster, right? So let's try it again. Oh, wait, I called the wrong play. Whoops. Tight, wide running back wheels usually do good, But here, we'll watch this. Running back wheel, and you see how he matches well? You just basically can only have a speed differential. Like, if you know your receiver or your running back is that much faster than the linebacker, which usually happens, that's a touchdown, right? They cannot go foot for foot with you and match. So running back wheels. Otherwise, you beat match the same way you beat a lot of man. Guys going across the field, deep, long, short, whatever you want. That's really how you beat match. So let's do it again. So tight end slant. That one won. My halfback angle route won. My, what was it, drag route for the outside receiver won. I didn't even look at the deeper routes. Basically, everybody won against the match. But you have to know. See, so basically what I'm saying is there's a lot of routes to defeat certain concepts. And what you need to make out of your plays are routes and concepts that can do them both at the same time, right? So when I'm throwing like, oh, my opponent could be either in zone match or zone drop at the same time, right? When they show this kind of coverage, I don't know if this is match or zone. So what I could do is I could do this on the front side, and then on the back side have a drop beater, right? So drop is basically guys drop to a certain spot of the field, matches with a match. So I have the match beater on this side of the field, the right side, and then the zone beater, I can have it on the left, right? So a flat curl combo beats a lot of zones. Or flat drag, and if it's not match, I hit the drag underneath, since the drags underneath beat almost every single zone drop coverage because the guys drop too late. So if the defense shades like hard flats or whatever, and it's not match on the outside, well, guess what? You can hit the drag, you can hit the flat to Durham, even though it's not great. Otherwise, having Anderson on the streak here, you now have the over route to Brown and the flat route to your running back. So right here, throw it to your running back. Right here, your crosser was wide open. So you have multiple options, and being able to build your plays off each other to defeat multiple coverages at once is the key to having good play calls in Madden. So that's why people can live and die in one formation, because those formations with hot routes and what they see on the field can defeat both man and zone at the same time. All right, so what else do I like in this playbook? If we're going to go back to we did Deuce close, Y off trips week. I like RPOs. Some of them are better than others. I like jet passes. Jet passes are really good to build a scheme off of. Sadly, this one doesn't have a jet pass. It only has a jet pass fake toss. Wait, no, sorry. It is a jet pass. It has a halfback toss, fake check, and a jet pass. So make sure and do those. Those are always great. Jet passes. You just kind of like basically are able to like scam out a few yards. You're either getting around the edge. Wow, Anderson felt slow. Scamming around the edge, or even better on a lot of this jet stuff is cut it up in the middle of the field, right? Find the hole and cut it up. Get a few yards there. If the edge looks like it's properly taken care of, that's 5-6 yards. Because they'll overcommit there the next time, and then same thing. You just run inside. Run off of that. So they have to be afraid of getting hit on the outside and the inside at one time. All right. So that's always nice. Finding things with jet passes. All right. Let's go through many other things in this playbook. What do I like to use? Should I show you like, I showed you the glitchy stuff in Deuce close with the RPO that defenders don't react to very well. You can get an entire scheme out of Deuce close. The mesh spot route, incredible. Mesh spot is so good. All right, let's just show you what you can do with mesh spot. So let's just go against, I think most people are going to be in some sort of like, do we see more cover 3? I feel like cover 4, but it's always cover 4 drop and not match. You see match a little bit. So right here, cover 4 drop. If you see this a lot, you can run corner routes, get Anderson cleaning them out with Sharp behind it, and then you got the drag to green. Obviously, you can stem your corner deeper if you want more separation. This is great. So check down halfback right there was a great one. The drag route, corner route, streak pattern. What's nice about the streak pattern and why it's so glitchy, do you see that one from Anderson right there on the left? What's so nice is that it fades a little bit, so it does a really good job clearing out both the deep quarter and the middle quarter right there, the deep left and the left middle. So it cleans them both out, Because, like, if it's a straight streak, sometimes it only cleans out the middle, and this outside guy is still there to be pestering you on your corner route throw. So that's what's really cool about that route, specifically out of this book, is how well it cleans out people. And that's not a route that you can really audible to. Otherwise, you have a guy stopping in the middle of the field for an option. The drag route ended up getting taken away. Here's your running back on the rail, wheel kind of stuff, who was obviously covered by the rest of the defense over there. So you have all these options out of this. It's just a good stock pattern. You can run, if you want like a really quick conversion, you can run something like, man, I really wish Anderson went out there quicker. So you can run something like this to Durham, and then like see how Durham kind of gets right there. That's a really nice conversion on the halfback wheel to kind of fit it between a couple zones there, the hooks and the flats, because Anderson kind of takes care of that flat route. I like Anderson's stop pattern. You can motion it out. It gets to a really sensitive part of the field. So if you want him to get there versus more in the middle. So R1's open, and then circle gets open. Well, he ended up knocking out because it was a match instead of drop zone because I forgot to change it on defense. But the motion out here is really nice to get you some first down conversions. I'd do something like this would be a pretty good play setup. You go quick to the stop pattern. Stop pattern's taken away. Look back across the field and get the ball intercepted because you didn't go ahead and throw that corner route to a deeper angle. There you go. So that's what you can do out of this form. Otherwise, obviously, deeper I love deeper crossers. Did it not? Oh shoot. Okay, well all of it's glitched now, but. That route versus deep crossers, beautiful. Deep cross against cover 4 with that clear out route. Corner routes, crossers, post patterns, that kind of stuff to take advantage of cover 4. But basically, against cover 4, they're guarding the sidelines a lot, so you can hit the middle of the field with a lot of posts and stuff. Anyways, inside zone split, and then you kind of follow your tight end a little bit. Right there. Get up the field. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Start stiff arming people. That's a good run in it. What other runs we had? We showed you the RPO. Let's go to the rest of the playbook here. Peak stick. Motion mid tight. Tight end screens are okay this year. They're surprisingly decent. Right? All right, so watch green. Motion out there. They'll probably throw the user out there, not thinking anything of it. Throw the tight end screen behind it, and then get out there. That's a nice change of pace too. Like the tight end screen. Don't forget about that. I would only run that like once a game. I'd only run that tight end screen once a game because the user will catch on. Maybe you can run it like once a half or something. There you go. They just and the D linemen end up catching on to it. It feels like too a little bit. So tight end screen's a good play. Definitely worth running. RPO flat, love it. Return red zone trail. So this is for the red zone if you're facing anybody. That's not terrible. PA slide. That's a pretty good I like this PA slide because look at the circle route. So against like cover 4 again. Man coverage, it's all right, but like look at Anderson. He gets to a pretty sensitive spot. So watch oh, there's 2 Andersons. That's crazy. There's 2 Andersons. So he's going to go over here, motion, and then go over here, widen out the defense. Okay, that was kind of weird, but was that match? I thought it turned match off. Okay, so streak sharp, under route, green there. Let's take the play action off. Let's watch it play out here. I like the Anderson route, but I'm not sure it'll do what I hope it to do, which is like right here. Like that's like okay. What's one thing about it though? I think if memory serves correct, you can stem this down so it attacks the better spot of that field, right? So now it's like more towards the middle, if that makes sense. So that way you can hit that a little bit better between the safeties and the cover 4. Although, oh my gosh. Do you see my receivers run into each other? All right, let's just clear you out a little bit. Get Anderson down, triangle, move you down, block you. Now try and do what I'm asking. Now let's see it happen against cover 4. Anderson Not the greatest, actually. Also, I'm going to split that safety look. I can catch it, I know, because I can face catch on him. It's a nice spot because you kind of get between them, but it's not as hot as I'd hoped it to be. With that said, though, it's still a good play stock, right? You're attacking from left to right. So right here, you have the triangle, square, and he just roasted coverage. It's nice because it freezes the user based off the run, right? If you're running that inside zone, if you're running things like this, do you see how these linebackers got fooled? But the user's also going to hesitate, and by that time, this guy has been taken off, and that's a free run right there. And then you have or you just check it down here to sharp. But you got, oh wait, hang on. That was a touchdown here to Anderson too. See how Anderson burned them deep because the guy got caught on the play action? Play action can really fool guys, especially cover 4 quarters in the box. So if they're doing a lot of cover 4 quarters, watch out for that. Play action is deadly against them. PA post cross is interesting. What's nice about PA post cross, it does look like a play that beats cover 3 over the top for 1 play touchdown. Okay, we'll just do like field sim 3. So basically what you want to do is maybe like corner route here. Something like this. Let's see how this works. Yeah. So that will be cover 3. So you can do a cover 3 beater. Generally, you want to throw it to the side your arm strength is. But that's cover 3 beater, do that post pattern. So that's really cool. Yeah, add that to your playbook. So Deuce, this Deuce close is good enough to win you games alone. And that doesn't even like scratch the depth of the playbook with it. So, man, I don't know how much more do you guys want to hear. I've been yapping for 40 minutes on this ebook. Dude, we could go deeper and deeper and deeper into this. Motion, RPO, read flat, great. You know what's an interesting play here? I'll show you another glitchy play in this book. Right here, this RPO read Y flat. So if they come out here, say they're gonna do like say they're a heavy blitzer. Watch this. Actually, let me get a user off. Let's go. Yeah, right here. All right. So watch this on green. You see how that got through? It's kind of hot, isn't it? And that's the short side of the field. It's not even the good side. All right. Respot ball. I don't know what buttons to respot ball this year. Somebody needs to let me know. Let's do it to the wide side. Same thing. Okay. Oh, I know why that's happening. Whenever anybody does a blitz, they don't set it up like this. They don't let the guy way out here in the bleachers blitz that from that far. They usually drag him in. It's the way I had the play set up, which is screw. I was like, why is this happening? So it's generally like this, right? If you're like against a guy running that nickel, double A gap stuff, and we just didn't hit the ball quick enough. All right, we're struggling, chat. Or YouTube comments, we're struggling. If you're in the nickel double A gap stuff, all right, right here. There you go. Okay. Huh? They do not want us to be great, do they? I should just show it against double A gap. Okay, let me show it against double A gap. Okay. Since you'll see a lot more mid-blitz double A gap stuff than anything else. All right, here we go. RPO read wide flat. There it is. There it is. And then you get wide and you go. Since that's the majority of the meta that you will probably see with these cover 0 blitzes. All right. Another cool one, though, similar against that double A gap that you'll see a lot mid-blitz is... Okay, there's read options and stuff too here, and I want to talk about. This is kind of an interesting play too with the way it sets up. I'll just show it. I scored a touchdown off this. I just gotta not be so bad on my sticks. Also, don't just hold down right trigger all the time. But do you see how bad I was with my stick skill here? Do you see how there's this hole right behind 14 to go to, and I, for some reason, decided to run into my lineman? So run to your holes. So don't hold down right trigger. Run to your holes. All right, let's try it again. And Nuss is not as fast as you'd hope. But that's basically another one to allow them to over-commit, and then you just run through. All right? So that's another cool play if we're going 5 wide motion against cover zeros. Basically, if they're going to cover zero blitz, you kind of want to attack them horizontally at times. So this is another quarterback run. This is a QB zone, which is kind of cool because you've basically got like almost as many, if they're users in the middle, right? Because a lot of people will user and they'll hover the line. I just wish I could flip this to the other side. But like you'll have your quarterback allow you to have like a numbers advantage just on the QB draw when they think you're gonna pass the ball. So against cover zero, blitzers and stuff, generally though, like I like to have like either running back or a tight end attached to help block it, whether I block my tight end or whatever. But say it's a cover zero blitzer and I can't run the ball for whatever reason. Something like the motion fade dagger is not that good against it. Let me think of my cover zero. There's some really good cover zero beaters. I'm trying to think of like the one plays. I mean, truly the one play, if you go against cover zero beater, is back to this like RPO read flat wheel. Just hit Anderson. Anderson should win this. And then he drops the ball. Great. Otherwise, triangle. He got knocked, huh? This cover zero. I'm running to the short side, which is weird, but the read guy's on the outside. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, that guy got kind of played well too. But basically, the winner is the post pattern, okay? You can also mess with assignments. The 4 on the post generally gets open for me. You can also mess with assignments by motioning and stuff. Let's see if there's a good motion in this. Read flat wheel, bench stick. Nope, not there. So guys will like motion and like the assign like so. Okay, so say they're in mid blitz. All right, here we go. Mid blitz, and then you go to something like. Let's do like a doubles. Orbits are really nice. Orbits are nice against the man coverage. Let's do like a motion snag. We'll do motion instead of an orbit. Try it again. Because like when you look at the defense, do you see how they're assigned? So you're running back to the flat or your motion orbit kind of stuff kind of messes with them. But here, we'll watch green. That actually played really well. All right, that's a bad tip. That's a bad tip. It actually motioned really well. What's the tip is really here because guys, they'll be on like this player right here, manned up to the running back, right? People will user this player. And if you motion across and they're usering him, right? They have to go over there and manually guard it, right? They have to go manually do this. Therefore, it opens up the slant from the left. Otherwise, right, you have a lot of things you can hit him with. Running back flat route, green. One thing with the assignment, oh, god dang it. Now it's not showing it again. With like the motion stuff, assignment gets flipped based off motions. And like sometimes you can really glitch him out, right? So like, so watch it here. So watch my running back on that flat route. See how he's assigned to that guy all the way across the screen? And then it flips when I motion green. See that? So like you can like motion, sorry, I'm hitting the wrong button. Motion snap it off misaligned players. And that, I don't know, I'm not really explaining it well, but what would be a good explanation for it? A good showcase. It's not something I need to do often to beat man coverage, but it's an option. All right, so mid blitz, and let's do like Y off. There might be some pretty good glitches here too. Let's do, I don't know. High low dig. I think I want to do like a 4 strong. Woo. RPO. Let's do like lead swing spot. Okay. Why did it give me the wrong play? All right, corner strike. Now look at it. So they'll be here. He's manned up. Oh, he's there. They'll take him down. Manned up to your running back. All right. So you can try and block it, or you can run out quick. Wheel. All right. But do you see? If you motion green across, what happens is that now green is assigned by that player. So sometimes they'll switch over and let him take off. But if you watch what they're looking at, when you motion across, see how it switched right there? So you see how when you motion him across, it switches? All right, come on, go back. No, okay, I'm on defense. So say you have your running back in a wheel. All right, triangle. What the? All right, so your running back's in a wheel, okay? And your running back's assigned to this player right here. But when you motion green, see how it flips? And then when you motion snap, oh, I was on defense. I'm on the wrong controller. And then when you motion snap, okay, here we go. Watch this assignment. Motion snap. And he blocked. He was supposed to go on a wheel. Wheel, okay? Right here, assigned. Motion. Assignments there. Motion. Assignment flips. And now look at that. Now look at triangle wide open. Okay? Because the assignment was on the other side of the field. So you can motion snap that tight end right there. Not only do you get an extra blocker, but because this safety is now assigned to him, he has to run the entire distance of the field. So you just throw this out here quick to your running back, and you have a lot more space to go. You can out leverage him that way. That's what I'm trying to say. You can take advantage of the switching of the man coverage by snapping on the motion and coming across. Obviously, you'll want to use it with one controller instead of two and make you look like a fool like I was doing. But that's kind of the thought process on what you're trying to do to beat man coverage. What else do we want to show in this book? I like the quarterback runs. Motion swing screen. There's so much here. I'm not going to be able to get through it all on the amount of things you can do in this book. But that's just like a taste of it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm sure you guys do. Let me know in the comments section. Overall, that Deuce close, you could just basically main that and then go over to trio and stuff when you want to throw some other things. But overall, Kansas is a very powerful book, whether you're running with your quarterback, whether you're running some options, or orbits. Orbits are great, too, to keep people off base. You can obviously, if you want to know, go to your play types. You can go to your quarterback runs. If you just want to go and run with, like, if you got the new Johnny Manziel, you can run the quarterback powers. Wildcat. Dude, I didn't even get into Wildcats. That's crazy, dude. They do there's a lot of Wildcat in this book, too. I'm sorry I didn't even get into the Wildcat in this game plan. They got multiple Wildcats if you want to run it. If you get a Wildcat and a guy that can throw the ball well with attributes, you could really go crazy on dudes with the Wildcat runs, the wrap, read option, this kind of stuff. You off trips. The DIY reverse I really had a lot of trouble kind of setting up and doing, which is kind of weird. But that's in there. Man, doubles Y off. I love it, dude. Motion jet touch pass or motion jet QB counter. Very similar to that QB counter we showed in 5 wide. Right? Wasn't that 5 wide or we showed in doubles? I'm kind of lost now. The motion PA wheel. Great play right there. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Again, become a member for more ebooks in the future. Bye.